Alright, so hi, you got donuts and Timbits if you want them. So basically what we're going to do is this is a focus group for something called adventure travel. We've got about 30 questions or so. It's about a type of travel where you basically, obviously it's adventure based. So, if you want to introduce yourself with your name, your age, the program that you're in, and then where are you from and where have you traveled? Just some things you might want to say. So we'll start here and we'll rotate around, so go ahead.
I'm Emily, I'm 19 and I'm in photography.
Hi, my name is Sahil, I'm 23 and I'm in CSTN. It's a networking course here.
I'm Rajesh, 23, CSTN.
Hardik, 23 and networking.
Hello, I'm Suraj and I'm 21 and all the guys are all in CST.
Okay.
Common theme.
Alright, so on the same page.
I'm Alex, I'm 20 and I'm in travel and tourism.
And I'm Taylor, I'm 19 and I'm in the precision skills course.
Okay. Just so you're aware, don't worry about the camera. All we need to do is record this for mark purposes. We'll do that. So originally, where were you from, and then where have you also traveled at this point?
I'm from Canada and I've been to Florida, Tennessee, and coast to Canada.
I'm from India.
Okay.
Just came here for studies.
All right.
I'm from India, traveled a lot across India, and I came to Canada for studies.
Yeah, I'm from India and I travel like in Gujarat. And I travel like in India, no, too much in here.
Okay.
As we all are from India.
All the exact same way. Okay.
So next I'm gonna say we all are from
You guys will be grouped into the same cat. Okay, I like that. All right.
I'm from Canada and I've been everywhere in Canada, Florida, Dominican, Mexico, Europe. Yeah.
Actually, just a little travel. I'm from Ontario, Canada. I've been to all the western provinces of Canada, plus I've been to Buffalo and Alabama of the United States.
All right. So we're asking a general question because obviously this weather's kind of crap. So we're asking basically, where would you exactly like to be right now? Because the idea of adventure travel is to go and visit different places. So where exactly, if you had to pick one place right now, where would you prefer to be over this? Or if you want to be here, by all means here, but...
Anywhere warm,
Okay.
anywhere that's not here.
Florida.
Florida?
New York.
New York? Okay.
Not decided yet.
Not sure? Okay.
It's warm over here.
Yeah, I would like to go to Spain. Like I heard many things about Spain, so I'm
Okay.
quite passionate.
Spain or something, okay.
Mexico. I've totally been to Mexico right now.
I like it here in Canada.
Alright. Okay. So we've got some fairly basic questions. So does anybody here know what adventure travel is specifically?
I'm guessing it's where you travel to someplace and you kind of go on a tour that's considered an adventure.
Like some kind of trekking.
Yeah, trekking,
yeah,
stuff like that.
Trekking, like stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. The majority of the definition of adventure travel consists of visiting a place and doing all sorts of more outside and extraneous activities, whether it be hiking or sailing or something like that. Depending on the level, you could be completely in a tent, you could still stay in a hotel, there are all sorts of options with it. So based on that, would you prefer a type of leisure travel, which is where you sit on a beach for the whole day and don't really do much, or would you prefer a type of adventure travel where you see things and visit all sorts of different stuff?
Adventure travel.
I'll travel.
Adventure
Okay.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Same.
Kind of like a combination of both, where it's like there's times where I can be leisurely and be lazy, but also have a little bit of adventuring.
Okay.
So a bit of both.
Alright. So we already talked about choice destinations, about what people would want to see. Obviously, there's been a lot of warm and south, and then occasionally staying here. So the next question is, what kind of amenities would you want to have available? So there's all sorts of different things you can have depending on the type of travel you choose, whether it be a full hotel with a resort and this, that, and the next thing, or as little as a tent and a backpack. So what kind of amenities would you prefer to have if you were traveling somewhere?
A tent and a backpack.
Depends where I'm going.
Okay, well, based on your earlier definition of Florida, what would you like to have?
Resort.
A full resort? Okay. had to go somewhere, what
You're
would you
traveling.
prefer?
Oh, okay, resort.
A resort,
I would
okay.
have a resort.
All right. So also based on the earlier question of where you want to be right now, what attracts you to that location? Whether it be the temperature, the people, or some sort of ride, I don't know.
The fact there's no snow.
Beach.
The beaches, okay.
Beach.
Rainy place.
All right.
Like adventure sports, like Spain is all about like football and I heard about skydiving and many more adventure sports over there. So
Okay. All right, so something adventurous, okay.
My sister just went there and it's really, really pretty, so I want to go.
I just like everything about Canada. I like having all 4 distinguished seasons. I like the change in climate.
Okay.
I love
You love winter,
I love
man.
I love the hot ass summers too. So.
It's because you come from the Caribbean.
So also similar to the earlier question about the resort style, what level of accommodation do you require? Would you prefer it to be a big hotel, maybe a small motel? Did you need just a campsite? Did you need a tent? Something in between? Could you sleep in a car? What are you looking for basically?
Camping.
That's a good question. It's all about money. How much you got in pocket.
Okay. Well, let's say you have an unlimited amount. What would you prefer based on just choices?
Go for like a suit or
Okay. So spend as much money as possible. Okay. All right.
Go for tents.
Okay.
Medium.
Medium level, so more like a mid-sized hotel. Okay.
yeah, average like you can stay there, eat food, like
That's about it.
yeah.
Yeah. Hotel kind of. I don't care.
I ate that 5-star suite.
So, based on all the questions I've asked already, how much would you pay for that as an estimate? Because you guys are all fairly resort-based. A couple of you obviously prefer the camping style. So, based on that, what would you pay for that vacation?
I have no idea. I'm gonna pass.
Well, being a student like you currently are now, what are you willing to spend on what you want?
So, specifically, some of you were talking about big resorts and things like
one day
that.
or for
Let's say a weekend.
Or 2 weeks.
As an idea, let's go a long weekend. So, take 4 days. What would you pay approximately for that?
I could say I'd pay grand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because right now, like for this wedding, I'm going to California, so I'm spending almost like grand for that.
Okay.
I saved for like $1,500 for that.
Okay.
So
You guys about the same type of thing?
just
Depending upon the
1,000.
place, situation.
it's for a week, so
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that
for
happens.
weekends, that's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, about a week most of the
Yeah.
time.
Like a grand, maybe a little more.
All right. So we're gonna go into types of vacations. So obviously, if given the option, would you find some sort of cultural integration something you would enjoy? So I'll go into a little more detail with that. If you were to, let's say, visit a place in Africa or something like that on an adventure travel trip, would you enjoy mingling with people who are local, or would you prefer to more stay on the trails and visit the route? What would you look for?
I'd look for both.
A bit of both.
I look for like more about history or like places to visit. And
Okay.
after that, I will know much about the people.
Okay.
Try to mingle with people and know the local areas.
Okay.
Like local people.
I would prefer local, like they know the place really well. So.
Okay.
I want to mingle with people there, see how it goes.
Yeah, I'd probably want a little bit of both, like staying out of this populated areas, but do mingle a little.
Like mingling, yes, they can be dangerous because
Just-
like if you're out, you don't know about people. So if you do this for a security, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be like in a group or something like that.
Mhm. All right. So, how do you feel about the idea of an outdoor activity, depending on what it is, sort of your level? What would you feel? Would you prefer a really strenuous outdoor activity where you're climbing and hiking and those types of things, or would you prefer a more basic style of outdoor activity? Basically, what do you like?
I do hiking, but not like climbing things.
Yeah, just swim.
More of the hardcore stuff. Okay.
Yeah, doing hot stuff, climbing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and it's good like everything, climbing, hiking, and comfortable.
Okay.
I'd go like climbing, but I wouldn't hiking, and I'd find it boring.
I'd go hardcore on it.
Okay. All right. So, would you prefer to have an all-inclusive vacation, so one where you pay one person one sum of money and that covers everything, or have extra expenses when you get there, so you pay for your airfare and you pay for your meals and all that fun stuff? What would you prefer?
It really depends on the vacation.
Sticking with the theme of adventure travel.
I don't know, all inclusive.
Okay.
All in.
So everything's there. Okay.
Yeah, just go for it. Don't pay everything to do it.
Yeah,
Including
just
the
say-
restrictions.
Hand the guy the money and you walk. Okay.
Yeah, save some money if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, we give the one person that manage all the things.
Okay.
Yeah, all inclusive.
All right. So, based on the type of travel, would you prefer to have consistent updates on your vacation before you leave? So, when you're leaving for your vacation, would you prefer to have constant updates? This is your flight. This is this, and know all the details months in advance, or would you prefer a minimal amount of contact until about 2 weeks before? Okay, here's your flight. Here's this information.
I'd want to know it all in advance so I could prepare myself for it and get all my ducks in a row.
Okay.
All in advance so I can plan.
All right.
No, it's can
All
be planned.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, plan ahead.
All right. Sticking with the theme of adventure travel and trying to leave the country, what time of year would you prefer to travel? If you had to pick a time of year, I know that's confusing because different places have different seasons depending on what time of year it is. But what season would you prefer depending on where you're going?
This summer, some camping.
Okay.
December,
December.
nearby New Year's.
So okay.
So I can visit, I can feel different kind of things.
All right.
So vacation period end of the year or something good.
Okay.
Summer.
So,
January, so winter, kind of the summer.
Yeah, if I had to travel, I'd probably go in the winter when I can get a little bit warm.
Okay. If you had to pick a length of trip, what kind of time frame would you be looking at for some sort of adventure travel?
Between like 2 days to a week, something like that.
Okay.
2 weeks.
All right.
So 20 days a month.
All right.
10 to 15 days.
around a week.
All right.
2 weeks.
Week and a half.
All right. And we're obviously sticking with adventure travel. So what sort of group size, if you're doing the strenuous camping and all the hiking, all those things like that, what kind of group size would you be looking at?
I don't know, anywhere between like 2 to 10 people-ish in that
Okay.
area.
10 to 15.
So 45.
All right.
15.
20, 20 plus.
Like, I'd say 6.
Exact. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, yeah, 4 to 8, so that way you're not getting a group that's too big.
All right. We obviously already heard that some people have traveled all across Canada. So would you prefer to stay in Canada and visit all different places here, or would you prefer to go completely out of your comfort zone and visit somewhere else, the South America or Europe or Asia or something?
Since I've already been across Canada, I really want to go to Europe.
Already been all the places over here, so I'm definitely going that.
Okay.
I think Europe.
All right.
Yeah, I want to visit all places in Canada first.
Yeah, just first come to visit all the places over here, then look to go outside.
Okay.
I'd want to go out of my comfort zone.
Oh no.
Come on, Taylor.
I'd probably want to stay within my comfort zone. Like I like the people. I don't want to go meet assholes. So I stay in Canada and stay with the nice people.
So, would you prefer, if you were doing a tour somewhere, would you prefer it was guided, or would you prefer a self-exploratory where you find all the destinations yourself?
I think it'd be cool to have the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Got it.
Guided? Okay.
The other question probably can answer.
Would you prefer to have a guided tour if you were going to visit somewhere? Would you prefer a guide to show you around all these things, or would you prefer to find them all yourself and do a self-exploratory? Guided?
We
Okay.
don't get confused.
All right.
Self.
Guide.
Okay.
Guided.
Yeah, guided.
Okay.
And so you wanted to do self?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, what makes you feel safe during your trip? So, some people think that having a door or a locked door and security, things like that, depending on where you're going, makes them feel safe. So, if you were on a trip, let's use an example, somewhere that you wouldn't necessarily call safe, what would make you feel safer? Would it be something like running water? Would it be the bed? What would make you feel safe?
Being around people I know.
Okay.
That's true.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Same.
General consensus?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We agree with that.
So, when you look at a vacation, what would you prefer? Something that is very structured, so you have all these plans and these are all the things you're doing, or would you prefer more spontaneous? So, you have an open 3-hour block and these are the ideas, you can pick what you want to do.
Spontaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, spontaneous.
Okay, so then everybody enjoys going out.
Just let Emily do. Answer
Okay. Alright, so if you've ever booked your own trip before, would you prefer to book it yourself or would you prefer to have an agency or something along those lines do it for you? Travel agencies can also consist of things like Expedia, which books your hotel and your flight, or things like that, not just a person on the other end of a phone or in an actual building that does it. You can use a website or something like that. So how would you prefer to book your trip?
Probably self.
Like online.
Okay, so online through something like Expedia, okay.
So the agency, so your idea like you need a transit visa, so you want to get this trouble in the airport.
Okay.
The agency will be the full agency.
Yeah, the agency.
With agent.
I would prefer agents.
I have to say travel agent. That's what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
I want to book it myself.
Okay. So when you're booking a trip, do you research where you're going before you leave, or do you kind of just go with it if you know the area a little bit?
Kind of research it first.
Okay.
Research it first.
All right.
It's just a discover new places, food.
Okay. Good to know what you're walking. Okay.
Yeah, I would
I would just go with it.
Okay.
I research.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about some past questions, things that you may have done before. So have you traveled without your parents before?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would assume for the 4 of you that's all the exact same. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So, if you have, obviously, if you traveled with your parents at all, what would you change about the way they plan their trips? What would you do differently?
I wouldn't drive with them across Canada again.
It's a good decision.
And then I have to change if I'm traveling with my parents.
If you were traveling with your parents, what would you change specifically?
If anything.
If anything. I mean, if you like the way they planned it, hey, that works great.
I'm not gonna argue, but
Yeah.
On the safe side.
Okay.
Like your parents say, like, if you go for 120, they just ask them to slow down the speed.
Okay. All right.
I choose place by myself. Like I want to go there, and I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, they usually do like everything is managed, that lunch, dinner, like I will do whatever I would like to do.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd kind of want to add some more spontaneous to it. My parents are very planned and trying to get everything timed.
Okay. All right, and obviously most of you, with the exception of Taylor, have traveled without your parents. So if yes, would you do it again? I mean, obviously you guys are doing it right now. And what would you do differently than the last time you traveled by yourself?
Yes, and I wouldn't do anything else differently.
Okay.
So I will like research before I go.
Okay.
Because like the last time when I was in somewhere, like I just went in. So it's got like hard time to like
Okay.
exploring things and all.
Okay.
Just follow the traffic rules in India.
Okay.
I want to probe some boring people. I want good people with me.
Okay. So bring some different people. Okay.
Yeah, I will rent car by myself because we had traveled last time.
Okay. So we're gonna okay.
I probably wouldn't drive across Canada by myself again. Because that's quite boring. I'd probably fun.
Can I
All
have
right.
a comment on this?
I guess you can answer. What would you do if you were running your own trip then?
Don't know. I would need time to actually think about that.
Okay. So think of your most recent vacation, whether it be by yourself, with a friend, or with your family. What were some of the highlights from that trip? Whether would it be the people, the places, what you saw? What made that trip better?
The memories and what we saw.
Weather and place.
Okay.
Photo memories, that makes.
All right.
Weather, place, people, foods, everything.
The whole 9 yards. Okay.
Yeah, it was a new experience. Like I was nightfall.
Okay.
It would probably be what I saw.
Yeah, seeing different places.
All right. And then what makes or breaks a vacation for you? what would make something really good and what would make something really bad? If you were walking into vacation, what would make it spectacular and what would make it so much worse?
Making it spectacular would be going with friends so you can make the memories. Making it worse would be the drama that comes along with friends.
Love Miller.
Yeah, good thing is if you're going with friends, and bad thing is if you're going for a hot weather, you found like a bad weather over there.
Oh yeah, okay. Alright.
Going with friends, and if you go with family, like back home when you go to temples, not of with parents, that's the thing. All the time temples with friends.
Okay.
I don't know, like,
Alright. Pass.
Yeah, obviously weather makes worse, but being with friends, that's nice.
Okay.
I'd probably just have to say the weather and make it crappy.
Yeah, go with friends and avoid stressful people.
Alright. So we're into the last few questions. So we're looking at the cost now. So what do you think value is in terms of travel? So when you look at value for you, is it bang for buck? Is it what you get for the money you put? What do you think value is to you specifically?
Getting what you paid for.
yeah, sure. Getting what you pay for.
Okay.
Yeah, the money which you spend is real.
Okay.
How much savings?
So how much you can say? Okay.
Yeah, obviously that what we get from what we have spent.
Alright.
Yeah, I could agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Great group dynamics.
So what specifically stops you from traveling more often than you do?
Money and working.
Money works too.
Okay.
Money makes.
Church and college.
Specific location, alright.
Yeah, obviously money and schedule.
Alright.
Money.
Being unemployed.
Okay. On a whole, do you find traveling expensive? And travel can be as simple as going for a long weekend camping or as big as 2 weeks in California. So do you find travel on a whole expensive?
I can get up there, yeah. Expensive.
That's not
Okay.
I think I should get the question over.
Would you find, overall, do you find travel to be expensive or more of something that you can do more often?
No, it's very expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you prepare for your last trip? What exactly did you do? And if there's something that you didn't like how you did, what would you change about it?
We prepared for the most part, but we forgot bits and pieces that we're going to better prepare ourselves for this year. So that's
Sure.
something. Yes, Taylor, I'm sure.
like as I told you before, like we went one of the places like back home in like at Goa. So we went there for like 1 week, but we extended our trip for like 2 weeks over there because we like it over there. But in the end of second week, we shot off money.
Oh, okay.
So that's a problem.
Alright. So planning for a longer vacation,
I just
okay?
went to my native, and like I don't have a job at time, so I was staying there for a month.
Okay.
So
Alright.
saving the money, so if you come to city, it's going to be expensive, lot, so I stay.
So prep more money, okay.
I want to book my hotel in advance because last December it got like full of people and I didn't get what I want.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously I did research. Like, we didn't research last time and we were like going around here and there. So
Okay.
I didn't prepare for my last trip at all.
Okay. Would you change that?
No.
Okay.
I was getting a car.
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything, and I don't like having to plan.
Okay. Alright. So
This will.
that is the 31 questions we kind of prepared for you guys. So the conclusion, couple of questions. So do you plan on traveling now? I know we haven't brought up a ton of things, but would you plan on traveling anything differently? Would you change something specifically about your travel habits now?
Probably. Because I
Yeah.
didn't remember plan.
Therefore, I plan to for every new year should visit a new country.
Okay.
I like unplanned to like some friend call me, let's go there.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
okay.
Let's just go, okay.
obviously
Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
Alright, so do you guys have any questions in regards to anything at all about what we brought up or no? No? General consensus and no? All right, so there's donuts and Timbits. By all means, you guys are welcome to help yourselves. And all three of us, plus a couple other members who can't make it today, thank you quite a lot. This is really helpful. Just, you know, this is for a company called G Adventures. You're welcome to look them up later on. They do adventure travel to all sorts of places all over the world. More exciting styles of travels, South America, parts of Asia, specifically India, and then Africa is a big one for them. So that's just some information about them. By all means, you're welcome to look them up. And again, thank you a ton for taking, I guess it would have been about a half hour out of your day just to help us out.
Thank you
All right,
guys.
thanks.